Hello everyone, today we will discuss about moment of inertia and its significance. In last derivation we have seen how this formula has been derived. Now let us define moment of inertia. So moment of inertia is defined as it is the sum of product of mass of each particle and square of its distance, perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. That is, sum of means summation I from 1 to n and product of mass of the product. It is written mass of the each particle. So mi and square of the perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. Okay. And as I told you, rotation is applicable only for the rigid body. So this is the definition of the moment of inertia. Sum of product of mass of each particle and square of its perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. Okay, so formula is I is equals to summation I from 1 to n mi ri square. Now moment of inertia depends upon this following factor: mass, shape, size of the body, distribution of mass in the body about an axis of rotation, and the third is position and orientation of the axis of rotation. Now let me explain you what does all this point mean. So now see in this diagram, first the second point was it depends upon distribution of mass about the axis of rotation. Now for definition is mi ri square. R is the distance of particle from this axis of rotation. Okay, r is the distance of particle from this axis of rotation. Now if you see in figure A, the particles are distributed very close to the axis of rotation. Okay, and if you see in figure B, axis of rotation is at one of the end, and particles, the one if you consider one which is over here, so this particle is very at a large distance from as compared to in diagram A. Okay, so this is the reason why it depends upon the distribution of mass in the body about the axis of rotation. Okay, so particles are in this case it is distributed very close, and in this case it is situated far away. This is the axis of rotation. First it was through the center, now in this it is at the end of one of the end of the rod. Okay, then now second was last one, third one is that position and orientation of the axis of rotation. So again, if you consider the axis of rotation is at the center of the rod, so distance of the particle, that is r, it is less, okay, in this case. And if you consider axis is at one of the end, then distance of this particle is very greater as compared to this one. Okay, so here your r will be greater as compared to diagram A. Okay, means suppose here it is 10 meters, so here it will be 20 meters, and again if you do it square, then the quantity will be larger. So your r is larger, and so your moment of inertia in this case will be larger. So here it is written I2 is greater than I1. See, according to formula, I and this R are directly proportional. So if the distances of that particles are large or at a great place from this axis of rotation, so I2 will be also greater because they both are directly proportional. Okay, so now next is moment of inertia can be also given by I is equals to integration r square dm. Now why we will use this equation, or when we will use, when your distribution of mass is continuous. This formula, that is I is equals to summation I from 1 to n mi ri square, this you will use when the distribution of particle is discrete, means separate. But this one, integration one, you will use when the particles are distributed continuously over any rigid body. So when there is continuous distribution of mass, so you will use the formula I is equals to integration r square dm. Okay, then now let us see units and dimension. So the unit will be m1 because it is mass into distance square. So mass is m1, distance square means L2. T will be 0 and unit will be mass kg and length or distance meter square. So unit is kg meter square. Thank you.